When I was a kid in church, I used to always hear about this place that all people wanted to go to, but I never saw it. It's called heaven. Everybody wants to go to this place called heaven. It's like, I don't know, like really nice there. The streets are paved with gold. And I guess you could just walk around heaven all day. I guess there's like free sandals. I don't know, maybe like free water, free communion tablets. I'm not sure. But whenever I heard about it, I thought it was like a great place. So much so, I wanted to go there. But there's a problem. You actually gotta die to go there. And I don't really want to die, so I guess I'm not going, at least not yet. But there's another place that is like heaven for people who live in the third world. Usually it's the United States, because it's like the American dream, they sell it. You can get 3-bedroom house, 2-car garage, picket fence, money grows on trees, etc., etc. But there are other places too that are very similar to the United States. There's Canada, there's like Switzerland, and oh, by the way, the United Kingdom. British anthem! So the United Kingdom is like the granddaddy of the United States, and they have the British pound. And they have like really cool accents over there. And what's interesting is like the United Kingdom colonized a good part of Africa. Nigeria, Ghana, you got Botswana, Zimbabwe, part of South Africa was colonized there. A whole bunch of stuff, or if not all of South Africa, is the English crown. So many people coming from these countries want to go to Britain because there's a relationship with like Nigeria and Britain and Ghana and Britain, and they see their families going over there. But what happens is that, there's a problem with the brain drain in Africa.
Want to see a doctor in Nigeria? Well, you might be waiting a while. Here, there is one doctor for every 6,000 people. The World Health Organization says it should be one medic for 600. This means the country only has 10% of the doctors it actually needs to look after its population. Why is this the case? Well, brain drain isn't helping. The Nigerian Medical Association says more than half of doctors trained here are currently working abroad. Doctors say there is a number of reasons for this.
We don't earn enough to live the way we should and the way we could. And they're paid so much more abroad. I think the major reason will be...
Yeah, people are leaving Africa. Why? The reason why is it's not a lot of opportunity that they can see in most African states. Let's look at a country like Nigeria that's oil resource wealthy. Oil is great, but when oil prices go down, so does the economy. In most African countries, in sub-Saharan Africa, they have a problem with managing the economy or diversifying the economy. So skilled labor wants to leave and go get paid well. So away they go. And this particular brother went to the UK. He's quite popular on TikTok. His name is there. But one of his videos went viral when he talked about this happening in the UK.
Shit, now only bad news they give people about UK. Now, wow. As in, now, what for now, really? So tell me, which good news about that place? I don't know the problem of Africa, especially Nigeria. You people feel very comfortable, very happy in a place where you are not welcomed. Most of now when they talk like this, it's either maybe because I never go to that place, or I never go to all those European countries, or I never experience what they go on for that place. Many Nigeria, they are suffering there, and likewise other African countries. Let me tell you one of the experience maybe say man, I experienced for that UK, especially their old people. You understand, all those old women. These people will approach you maybe as if they love you. You hear them say, hey, hello, how are you? Then you tell them, the next thing, are you from Africa? You say, yes, we're in Africa. Once you say Nigeria, you start hearing, go away, we don't want you here, okay, you understand? They don't want you in their country, but they enjoy telling their children and children's children about slavery. They enjoy telling their children how their forefather invaded Africa, destroyed everything, and carted away with our valuable stuff. But they don't want to see any Africans in their land. They don't want to see you in their country. Some people who are there who will tell you that UK is good, this and that. It's maybe probably because of the benefit they are getting. You know, all those hungry people there, all those immigrants, you know, settle for less. You know, very annoying set of people. The white people, you are in their midst and they don't even like you, they don't welcome you. But you people feel you are enjoying, you are happy. They don't want to see you, but they always talk about colonization. They talk about slavery to their children every time in that UK there. That's the story they enjoy telling their children. They forcefully came to Africa, but they don't want you to come to their country even when you have the necessary paper.
He isn't the only person to say that.
Hey my lovelies, it's your favorite girl Love and Ba. It's another advice day. Now to those of you that want to come to the UK, all we're saying is make sure you know the facts. No one is saying don't come in. The UK is big enough and we're waiting for you. But out of 100 migrants, at least 80 of them are actually very depressed. Now I'm talking about Asians, I'm talking about Africans, people that come into the UK from different parts of the world every day. Because there's no one to talk to, there's no community here. So when you're coming, just come prepared. Those of you that actually have families here, you don't know what God has done for you, because just waking up in the morning and having someone to talk to or someone to call is a blessing. A lot of people are so damn depressed in this place, so lonely. Do you know what it is that you wake up and there's no one to talk to? Your so-called friends are busy, everyone is picking shifts and trying to actually get by every day. Lots of people pick shifts not because they want to work, but because what else would you do with your time other than pick shifts? You just keep hustling and making that money. Honestly, it's not easy here, but we're waiting for you to come and join us.
And hear somebody else saying something similar.
Are people going to talk about how living in the UK is actually depressing? The UK is just not it anymore. Like, the UK was it, like, back in the day, hence why, like, our parents migrated. But, like, when I hear people saying they want to come to the UK, I'm like, what are you actually coming to the UK for? There's nothing in this country. Food is expensive, transport is expensive, everything, living is expensive, like, everything, housing is expensive. Like, why would you want to move to the UK? Like, I have a question for, like, foreigners. Why do you guys come to the UK? I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, every day I just, like, get on the train, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, repeat. Like, I feel like a robot.
So all of these places, you have Africans who left where they're at pretty much pissed off about going to the West. They found out that it's hard work. You have to work extremely hard in the United States. Hell, even if you're in Dubai, you might have 1 or 2 jobs and you need to be on time. There's not a lot of room for error, and then you're automatically at the bottom. But I want to focus on this particular interview I saw the other day. It was a brother who went to Europe. He studied optometry in Nigeria. He moved to Italy, but he compared himself in Italy to the students that he left in Nigeria that graduated. What he said is pretty shocking.
When I did Nigeria, I'm an optician. I'm an optometrist. So I went to school, University of Benin. I finished my school.
Are you saying now that in recent that the people you studied together that are still in Nigeria with their profession, which the same profession that you studied, that they are doing much better than you that is in Europe?
Yes, of course. Yes.
That's right. He's making even less money and doing less well than the folks in Nigeria. Here's another guy who left Nigeria and he had a nice house there, only to come to Italy and do very poorly.
With wife and children with a car.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria. With a very big building material. Go to the airport or the Benin city, then people, a lot of people, they know me there. So that kind of this thing, to get to where I am today, it becomes problem.
Oh.
So we are still fighting now to gather up, to start the same business that we left years ago. Don't you see the
Okay, so I beg just go, because this thing is very interesting.
Don't you see how it is?
Didn't you see Indagiri? I actually got this video concept from her. Check out her video in the description. She talks about how she sees Africa now in comparisons to how she saw it before.
I've talked about this situation a lot on this channel, where African people come on the internet to warn other African people not to go to the West, because it's not the American dream that we were promised, you know, the ones that they showed us in the media. We've been fed this picture that everything that is good is in the Western world. I had that mentality as well before. It takes a lot of guts for people to understand the realities of what goes on in the West or outside the continent. I constantly see videos where my people, African people, are doing the most to cross borders, to cross seas. They actually lose their lives to go to these countries in the West, the UK, Sweden, Canada, Netherlands, America. At this point in time, you can see clearly that these people don't want us in their countries. You heard what the African man had to say. The people in the West, in UK, only want to speak about Africans when it comes to slavery, when it comes to discovering us, when it comes to them having control on us. But they don't want us to associate with their kids or with them. They can pretend to care for you, not that it's for everybody. But the moment they know that you're from Africa, then the insults come out. Then they want you to go back to your country. That's the mentality of most of those people. They feel like we as African people are coming in to invade them, and then like we are taking over their country. But then they kind of pretend to forget, without their governments, like I said, coming in and meddling into our business in our countries, we would not even want to go in the UK in any way. There's plenty of videos where African migrants are kicked out. They are sleeping on streets. They don't have shelters. They don't have food. They don't have anything in the West.
This is important for me because I now live in Uganda and I get to see some of the issues here, but from the untrained eye, I can see some of the opportunities. And I can tell any person that's from Africa, if you can make it in your country, somehow get an opportunity, you should somehow never go. I'm gonna say it again, you should never go. There is no bigger opportunity than your country. That's the same even with me. In order for me to come here, I had to do something in the United States, right? And I had to get educated there, I had to get skilled there, I had to figure some things out, which is what I'm able to do here. And unless you're going to school to go study and things like that, but if you can do things in your country, always do it, because you have power in your country. You know, you have influence in your country, and you have the opportunity to do things very well. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, that's the opportunity. It's difficult, but it's there. And people find out that they've been told that everything's in America, and you figure out you left something better back home. This is the same thing with the black community in America. My mom was telling me, get away from the hood. You know, you should go and live in a middle class neighborhood, get educated. But, you know, she was kind of right in certain aspects, but where was my real wealth at? It was in the black community as a business owner, where I could have more of an impact to the community I wanted to help, versus working for somebody else as a higher paid employee and not investing in the community I was from. Now, thinking with the mind that I have now, I would do it differently. I might get educated at the same level or at the same rate, but I would definitely want to go back and at least buy real estate where I was at. I would at least want to go back and develop where I was at. Why? Because that would have brought me more collaborations with other black people, and that would have gave me an opportunity to get more money and to be able to give back. There's only so much you can give back when you're working for somebody else in somebody else's homeland. You see, whenever these other people, you know, the Saudis, you know, and I know they have better managed economies and things, the Emiratis, all they think about is ownership. Okay? And blacks have to chase ownership. And we got to get out of being chased out of where we're from to go to somewhere else, because everybody else is going to come where you're at. Look at gentrification. What is that all about? It's about getting you out of there because you live close to downtown. Most black neighborhoods is close to downtown, right? Same thing with me. I'm from Del Paso Heights. The houses in Del Paso Heights, I remember in 2002, there was a house selling across the street from me for $20,000. If I was not dumb, I could have bought it and held on to it, right? That house would be paying me rent right now. I could do that once 20 years ago. But no, stupid, didn't think about the future. Want to know what that house is costing now? Like $500,000, $400,000. and it can generate $3,000 a month in rent or $25 a month in rent. Why? Because it's right next to downtown. That's why. It's close. Most black people live close in the inner city to downtown, where all the jobs are. And we get tricked out of that. The same way that Africans are being tricked out of leaving Africa and leaving the opportunity for you to start a farm. Most Africans have an advantage. They have land. They know somebody that got land. They got access to land. You know some sort of poultry industry. You know some sort of agriculture or agribusiness industry. You're close to it. You have some knowledge of it. We don't have that knowledge of it in America. We don't even know what that's like. I used to laugh at a person that did agribusiness. Like, man, you're a joke. What kind of person are you doing agribusiness? Yeah, and that person's making like $2,000 a day when they got 20,000 birds selling eggs. And that person's doing very well. You could never make that kind of money a day. Or I could never make that kind of money a day in America. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode here. We're out.